Our next speaker is a very young founder of an animal sanctuary, and her name is Zoe. Please welcome Zoe.
A gentle hen with a terrorized look in her eyes is snatched by a slaughterhouse worker. She sees the blood on the floor and walls. She hears the cries of her sisters as the blade slits their throats. She knows where she is, and she knows what's about to happen to her. She screams for help, but there is no one there to help her. No one there even willing to listen to her pleas. She is hooked up to a machine that will carry her to her death. As her neck goes over the blade, she looks into the eyes of the slaughterhouse worker, but he refuses to look into hers. As she's dying, she looks down as the blood spills over her snow-white feathers. She squirms and fights until the very last breath. She only wanted to live, but the day she was born, they had already planned her execution. A featherless hen is pacing back and forth in a wire cage. Each pace is only a step because the cage is so small. But she isn't just trapped in a cage. She is also trapped in her egg-producing body. Her body is worn out from overproduction, but she never gets to rest. Humans have bred her to lay so many eggs that she is miserable. I can't even fathom how people began to confine and raise animals for slaughter. The whole thing seems so bizarre, like something out of a horror movie. About 2 years ago, when I was 10 years old, I learned what chickens and other animals are forced to endure to satisfy human taste. I couldn't support it any longer, but not supporting it wasn't enough. Being vegan was not enough. I had to do more. I wanted to liberate these individuals, but at first, I didn't know how. I contacted a rescue in Australia that saves hens from egg farms and asked them how they do it. They told me that occasionally farmers will let rescues take their hens once they have a drop in egg production. I immediately began to contact farms and eventually found one. In 2014, when I was 11 years old, I founded Happy Hen Chicken Rescue in San Luis Obispo, California. We started by rescuing 12 hens from a factory egg farm, where they were wasting away in cages. When we brought them home, their eyes were filled with fear. They huddled in a corner, afraid of the world. It took them several days to finally realize that they were in a safe place, that nothing bad was going to happen to them, that the days of being tortured were finally over. We have been rescuing these victims ever since. So far this year, we have saved over 400 hens, but we don't only rescue chickens now. We have also saved pigs, turkeys, and goats. All of the residents at the sanctuary have unique personalities. Each one sees the world in a different way. One of our residents is a turkey named Jill. She is a curious and friendly individual. Whenever she sees me, she demands attention. She sits beside me and asks me to scratch beneath her gorgeous gray feathers. She makes complex chirps and calls that no doubt mean a whole lot more than we understand. She reminds me every day that we must do whatever it takes to help the victims of the food animal industry. Another one of our sanctuary friends is a talkative hen named Piper. Piper came from an egg farm where she spent almost 2 years in a wire cage. She had a broken leg and couldn't even stand. But she was determined to overcome her injury. At first, we tried to keep her from using her leg, but she just wanted to walk. She wouldn't let anyone or anything get in her way. It took months for her leg to heal, but it did. She reminds me every day to always keep moving forward because I have to help individuals like her. Even though animal liberation seems so far from our reach, I know that if we try, if we don't give up, we can end animal exploitation sooner than we ever thought we could. Behind closed doors, animals scream. Behind closed doors, blood pours onto the ground. Behind closed doors, animals die. Right now, a fluffy yellow chick is being ground up alive at an egg farm. Right now, a calf is being shot in the head at a dairy farm. Right now, a turkey is being hung up by her legs at a slaughterhouse. Right now, a piglet is being slammed against concrete because she didn't grow fast enough. Animals are dying every second of every day just so their flesh, eggs, and milk can be eaten, so humans can wear their fur and skin. so we can do science experiments on them and watch them do silly tricks. But what could ever possibly make it okay to torture and murder others? Right now, terrible things are happening at animal farms everywhere. But right now, a rescued rooster crows. Right now, a liberated calf moos. Right now, a rescued turkey chirps. Right now, a happy pig snorts. And their voices are full of hope. Hope that the world might become a better place. And we must have this hope too. We need to truly believe in a world of love instead of hate and violence. We must believe in a world where we teach compassion towards all beings rather than compassion towards some beings. We must take action like we are today to create a world where we can all live in peace. I have no doubts that we can get there.